Unless people do things that are slightly transgressive, non-violently transgressive, people don't notice the difference. So if I do this, Kay, if I sit on the floor in the studio, it's a bit different, isn't it?
What the fuck are you doing?
And it might get noticed because I'm transgressing the rules of an interview. People don't normally do this in an interview, do they? But it's completely non-violent. I'm not threatening anyone, but it's a bit different. So it's an analogy, right? We have to do things that are different to make people notice. When you do things that are the same and don't get attention, they don't cause a national conversation.
So this fruitcake is another one of these climate activists that thinks that if she acts like a lunatic, that everyone's going to listen to her, when it just does the opposite. If you act like a weirdo on live TV, no one's going to listen to your message. And the same goes for your little friends when they interrupt sporting events. And it's even worse when they stop normal people from getting to work.
I want to walk! I want to go to walk! Don't bring the trophy, man! Put on the trophy! I want to go to walk! I want to go to walk!
I got kids to feed! Walk! We gotta go to work! We gotta go to work! I got kids to feed! We got kids to feed!
Man.
What the are they doing? Nothing! Get the out of here!
As you can clearly see, their little tactics do not work, especially when they're stopping people from earning a living. And what about the super smart ones that glue their hands to the roads or concrete their hands to the roads?
Climate change activists broke into a German airport using wire cutters and cemented their hands to the runway using a combination of concrete and epoxy in order to take a stand against carbon emissions. And now it's looking like their hands are permanently stuck unless they get them amputated. Their protest caused 36 flights to be canceled and 10 flights to be redirected, but it's looking like they could have used their hands to make a far bigger impact on climate change by planting just 10 trees.
Holy shit.
I'm convinced that most of these morons are just doing it for attention and because they want to be part of something. If you cared so much about the planet, you're not going to throw super glue down the drain.
Dozens of activists glued their hands to the roads in Germany to protest climate change. The German activist organization Last Generation blocked traffic on multiple highways. Police officers worked to detach the protesters' hands from the roads before carrying them away. At least 87 people were arrested.
Ich bin nicht mal an seinem Finger und das macht er mit Absicht, um aufmerksam.
Now I don't speak German, but I hope he told him to shut the fuck up. All these Muppets claim they want to help the planet, they want to reduce pollution, but they end up causing more pollution by causing more traffic. And you're wasting these guys' time because your hand's glued to a road. You need to take your concrete hand and take a look in the mirror, bruv.
No. We're here to discuss the petition. I love cream cakes. They're my favorite. It's delicious.
This just confirmed to me that the CEO of Ryanair does not give a shit. We're never getting that extra leg room. Joking aside, what does throwing a pie in his face solve? What are you doing with this? You're trying to make him look stupid and it makes you two look stupid.
Delicious.
Climate activists have just turned one of the most famous fountains in the world black. Yesterday, a number of individuals jumped into the 18th century fountain in Rome and started pouring out charcoal diluted with water. They said that this week's floods in Italy, which were the worst in 100 years and killed 14 people, was the result of climate change and are demanding the government to stop using fossil fuels. But again, it has sparked a debate on whether these kind of actions are the right way to raise awareness. I mean, no one's arguing that they're certainly effective in garnering attention and making news headlines. But if we look at the Island Boys, for example, sheer volume of attention isn't necessarily the metric for success. So the question is, does this leave you wanting to join their cause or just make you mad?
They don't really think it through, do they? Because if you're going on holiday and you see this, you see these Muppets ruining something that you want to go and see, you're really going to think to yourself, oh, I want to join this movement. I wonder what their message is. No, you're just going to think, what a bunch of dickheads. And this is their final little tactic, is to vandalize things.
Climate activists targeted an Andy Warhol painted sports car worth more than $50 million. Unlike in previous stunts, this work of art was not covered with glass, meaning that the activists attacked the exhibit directly, later gluing themselves to the floor next to the car. Well, the art gallery was forced to close after the stunt, and police are working to identify the culprits.
You need to shut the fuck up!
Climate activists are at it again. This Italian mayor has been compared to Superman after rushing to stop climate activists from defacing the city's town hall. The mayor intervened to stop an activist who was pointing a red fire extinguisher at the building. This footage shows him shoving a man from the vandalized wall as he attempts to put the fire extinguisher on the ground. A police officer moves in to restrain the man while the mayor steps in and starts yelling at him. Two activists aged 23 and 32 were detained by police, and police are saying they're linked to the Last Generation group, which has been involved in several actions across Italy aimed at raising awareness of the climate crisis.
Now, most of the clips that I've seen have been in the UK, Germany, mostly in Europe. But recently I saw one that came out of America, and honestly, I don't think it's going to last too long if they keep dealing with it like this.
Did anyone get that? Yeah. Girl!
You better move. You're gonna go next.
They're chained! We're environmental protesters! Please!
Now, I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that are concerned, but please don't worry. I can confirm that the truck is okay, it's completely fine. Unfortunately, there's still a lot of these Muppets out here roaming the streets. They're yet to understand that no one's going to listen to their message if they keep acting like donuts.